Well, the stability in funding for health and education, post-secondary education, we believe is helpful. Something that we understood would be in place, so it's there. It's been confirmed today. There is no new infrastructure funding, but there's a commitment to engage with the provinces on continuing to have an infrastructure investment program. So that's sort of a future options approach, and we appreciate that there's a commitment to doing that. And otherwise, there is no significant implication. There is some reduction in stimulus money, which will affect training, which will affect some of the stimulus programs that we've been doing together in Manitoba for universities and roads and sewers and water. So the devil's in the details. We haven't seen all the final numbers on this, but we do expect some reductions there that could have an impact on the amounts of projects that we do in Manitoba.
Do you want this budget to go ahead, or are you in favor of an election?
You know what? I'm leaving that to the folks in Ottawa to decide how they want to handle that. Our focus is on ensuring that there's resources to help families and communities in Manitoba, and some of those resources are in the budget. And as I said earlier, we saw stability in program funding for health and education, so I'm going to leave the political debate in Ottawa and strictly focus on what's in this budget that will be to the advantage of Manitoba families.
But did you go over that at all?
Yes, there does seem to be $600 for an individual and $840 for a couple or a family in the budget for seniors. Those improvements are obviously welcomed. Whether they're sufficient to attract the votes of opposition parties in Ottawa, time will tell.
It doesn't appear such. So.
It does not. But
the word water didn't appear in the Flaherty speech.
Yes.
At all.
Well, what can I say? I mean, if he wants to visit Manitoba, we can show him water everywhere we go and lots of precipitation, but it is important on some of these communities that have been completely left out of modern infrastructure that there is a commitment to that. So we'll be seeing if that will be part of their rollout in the future. I think that's very constructive. Obviously, we need more health professionals in remote areas all over Canada. These are programs that we already have in place in Manitoba, but to the degree that they top them up, that could be helpful. As you know, they cost share winter roads, but it's very clear the winter roads are not doing the job anymore with the shortened winter season. So if there was a future announcement on all-weather roads, that would be extremely helpful, not only in Manitoba, but in other parts of northern Canada. I don't think people really do want to see an election right now, but you know, I'm not taking the polls on this. I think people want to see further progress on stabilizing the economy, on providing the essential services and health care that people need. And generally, I think Canadians and Manitobans want to make sure that things are moving forward in terms of quality of life and opportunities for young people to get jobs. So does this budget do that? That will be the debate in Ottawa. But I know that's our perspective, is to provide an ongoing approach of steady progress to improving people's lives.